Hey there, my fellow tavern buddies, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, Lords of the Forest, Episode 4, Companion. Now, the companion I first want to get is a trade companion. That would be ideal, because I would like to set up my companion to run a trade caravan. Trade caravans are sort of just a companion that's going to do trade just like I am, and trade caravans are really easy to run when you're not a mercenary or vassal of anyone, because nobody's hostile to me except for looters. If I, for instance, signed on to become a mercenary or vassal of Battania, any of Battania's enemies are then my enemies, meaning that my companion is going to be attacked by any of Battanian's enemies, which would be Sturgia and the Wolfskins. So trade caravans are a really easy way to make passive income early in the game. As long as you have the right companion for it, and also the upstart money to pay for it. So you need 15,000 dinars to start a trade caravan, and then you also should pick someone, a companion that has good trade skill, because if they're worthless at trade, they're going to have a real hard time actually trying to make a profit. Squires are even younger than that? Well, then that's just even more embarrassing. So if I take a look at the encyclopedia, what is the hotkey for encyclopedia anyway? If I just want to jump straight to it. N. Okay. I want to jump to the encyclopedia and go to heroes alive who are wanderers. It's going to be really hard for me to figure out who are traders here. Like the Mizam and Nathan might be, knowing and scholar might be traders. So the best thing I could do really is to try to meet as many people as possible. Meaning travel from town to town. Swift and spice vendors are traders. Yeah, so let's try to track one down. So Denny the Swift is Kuzadi, last seen at Legata. And then we have got... Oh, also it's worth noting that, like, this list can change over time. So this isn't a static list. You will get different people in and out. It looks like there's only one person that definitely is a trader, and they're in Legata, which is really not that far from us, because it could have been, like, across the continent, because the continent's rather large. And paying troops and feeding them for you to just travel, hoping to meet someone, can be a real pain. So I bought this clay at like 9 or 10 a piece. Let's see if we can't pick up a little bit more cheap clay. 11. I could do with that. And Leopardus usually has some trade, but might be a rogue. Yeah, I know. We can add them to the Duel of the Leopardus and Iacchus. Iacchus is a little bit... That's Azerai territory. It's a little bit far. We'll just keep looking. They don't necessarily have to be a trader, the first person. It would be ideal for me, but it's not a deal breaker. If I meet the right person, I can just hire them. So we can have a total of 3 companions, and the amount of companions that we go up, that we can have, goes up primarily from clan tier bonus when we get more renown, but there's other ways to have it go up as well. So here's, you can see Iacchus is way south of us. So in the tavern, there is Denny the Swift. And Denny the Swift is merciful, daring, and generous. So has all the right personality traits that we're looking for, and has a trait of 90. They're a Kuzadi Wanderer. So yeah, I am absolutely going to hire them on as a companion. And that was not too hard to find. Also, selling clay at 16 apiece. Sounds good too. So here's the tavern. I just want to show you the tavern before I talk to Denny. So you've got a ransom broker if you have prisoners to ransom off. A game host if you want to, like, play wolves and sheep or whatever it's called. And then here's Denny the Swift.
Well now, stranger. Peace to you. What is your name?
My name's Halligan. Tell me about yourself. Sure, you can't sell a horse if you don't shout its praises, as they say. I was a brat of a caravan guard, never knew my mother, but my da kept me close. I grew up running between the legs of camels on the steppe, eavesdropping on merchant gossip in the Sarais, eating sesame cakes bought by my other guards, a happier childhood you could not imagine. But when I got older, well, it wasn't so easy to take me on the road. Too many boys give me funny looks. And my dad wanted me to find a good husband, and the boys he knew weren't the marrying type. So I said to him, I'll be like you, carry a sword and guard rich merchants. And maybe, with the money I earn, some decent boy will love me for my dowry. And if not, my family name. He fussed a bit about that, but he had no better ideas. So here I am. Guess I'm not so interested in the marriage part, but I like the dinars and I like my freedom. Maybe someday I'll surprise my dad with a nice farm and a couple of slaves to keep him happy in his old age. I'm sure he'll be happy if you're happy. So like I said, I can ride, swing a sword, manage a caravan, and have a good idea of how to turn a profit. You know anyone looking to hire someone like that? Me. The town's, so here is 600 in advance, and we have Denny the Swift joining our party. So here's her skills. So bow, one-handed, athletics, polearm, riding, and trade. And then she also has an inventory. So she has really crummy stuff. Really old horse that is not fast. And a rusty old saber. And you can set their gear up so that they can, have much better stuff. Wear the same stuff you have. And that makes them stronger. As a caravan guard, it's not so important that she has really good gear. What's important is if your own party members have good gear. So if she was going to stick it around in our party, I would want to outfit her with like as best gear as I could, saving the best stuff for myself. But if she's just running a caravan, it's a little bit less important. But let's look for trade opportunities while we're here as well. So I just sold them clay. I'm going to buy these tools. And then we will leave for the northwest. And you guys can vote on what I work on next. So there's trade rumors that... oh man, maybe I bought these tools at too high a price. Let's go back deeper into Battanian lands and hope that someone will buy these tools off me. I bought them kind of expensively, but even if I break even on them, it's not that much of a problem. Now, I can more or less break even here, but I'd rather make a little buck. I can. Let's check up on Carbants. See if they will buy tools. Seems like the Valanians and Sturgeons are really going to war. Which is awkward, because Battania is kind of right in the middle. Oh, here we go. They're buying tools for more than I purchased for. So, I can make some money that way. And pretty cheap clay, so I'll buy their clay. So trade is at 46. We're closing in on the 50 mark, which will make it a little bit easier to make a profit. So at 50, trade. The cost of bartering for safe passage is probably not that interesting, but Caravan Master, where carrying capacity goes up in my party by 30%, and also item prices are marked relative to their average price, is going to be pretty useful. So now I have all this clay that I picked up for like pretty cheap. So I'm going to take a look to see if there's any more clay for me to buy, and then offload it at a foreign market. Buy her a better horse? Not at this point. I don't really need to invest in her too much. Alright, trade rumors. Legata will buy this clay for big. If that's true, I will head towards Legata, picking up cheap clay, and then offload it there. Gonu Manus, thank you for the resub. It looks like you guys want me to keep trading and also look for arena fights, which I will do in just a minute. No, that's expensive clay. I'm not buying that. And Dead Meat Gamer, thank you for the resub too. So if you're looking specifically for arena fights, oh, we leveled up a scout. I'll do that in a second. If you're looking for arena fights, you can go to the arena and ask if there's any fights happening nearby. And yeah, I'm not exactly making a profit, but like it's close enough. So entering the arena, you can ask the arena master if there's any fights nearby. This tournament master. So blah 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 blah. I don't really care. Tell me how they work, practice, pay to fight. Alright, are there any tournaments going on nearby? Maranath and Rote. Well, let's head back to Maranath. I don't know if I'm going to get there before the time permits me to enter the arena fight, but I'll try. And while I'm down here looking for trade goods that I could buy on the cheap, which really, none of them look amazing to me. Maybe fish if I sell to Sianon. But I'm heading to Maranath. They say that I can sell this meat cheap at Maranath. And then it's also probably worth, for my stewardship, to buy a little bit of... Oops, not clay. Buy a little bit of food to keep everyone fed and happy. So I paid big. Alright, so I hope that this meat will sell at Maranath that I'm heading back up to. Would a better horse help with caravan speed? No. It would help her in battle for her riding speed, but not in caravan. So caravan is calculated based upon your base movement speed, what percentage of your party has cavalry, whether you're over encumbered, whether you're disorganized. These factors here, your individual mounts play no role whatsoever in that at all. In fact, even if I didn't have a horse, it barely matters at all. Right? Like if I don't have a horse, we're moving at 5.5, and if I do have a horse, we're moving at like 5.6. Like and if I give myself a mule or or actual horse, it makes no difference at all. And in fact, one could make the argument of like, if I wanted to level up my athletics, I could just run around without a horse, which is a really good way to like level up your athletics. But for now, I'd rather build up my my riding skills so that I could be a horse archer a little bit better than I currently am. Oh yeah, definitely sell meat at a profit here. Boom, trade skill up, level 2. Scouting ability. All right, let's look at it. So day traveler, 2% travel speed during the daytime and 10% sight range during the day, or night. The other choice is night. So then it's 5% travel speed at nighttime and 30% view range at nighttime. So daytime lasts longer but has a smaller benefit. Nighttime is shorter but it has a bigger benefit. So have you guys pick between those two. All the while, I enter the tournament for a rugged scale armor. Oh, good. I needed body armor. So the other thing I could do is I can have my armor, my old armor, be hand-me-downs for my companions, so that I'm outfitting them.
Die, dog!
Also, Denny is in this arena fight as well, so at some point I might have to actually defeat her. We'll see. No, she was knocked out the first round. She's not in the fight anymore. Are skills still broken? Not that I know of, no. Little flair there. If you're wondering what skills are broken, you can go to bannerlordperks.com. There is one skill that is broken in Scouting Tree, but it is a level 3 skill. It's the 3rd tier, so I'm not even remotely close to that yet. If there's a broken choice, I will announce it. But most of the broken choices are only broken partially, where it might just be the personal or like group effect that won't work, but usually they're at least partially working. But I'll let you know if there's a broken one. Most trees are like 98% working. There we go. Wow, that was closer than I wanted it to be. One thing that's weird is you enter the arena with the arena weapons, but you don't enter the arena with the arena armor. So the armor that you wear helps you in arena fights, which is a strange choice, but, you know, whatever. So then Denny got my tunic that I was wearing because it's better, but then I, of course, took the scale armor. So, a little bit tankier now. And if I go into the arena, I can ask about local fights. Dunglanis has one. Sweet, that's not too far. And fish. So if I'm heading to Dunglanis, it'd be great if there was some trade rumors where I could sell big to Dunglanis. I like to sort by quantity, because generally if it's a high quantity of things. So I'm going to take a chance. Even though it doesn't say that I can sell this at Dunglanis, I'm going to buy all their fish out. And all their hides. So hides for 41 and fish for like 20. And then head up to Dunglanis and hope that I get a good price for it. And you guys want me to be a day traveler. Cool. What is my renown at? My renown is at 34. Ooh, my sumpter horses could sell big here. So fish and hides don't fetch a good price here. I'd have to go to Revel for hides. And maybe Sianan for fish. Unconfirmed rumor. But I'm gonna sell... Do you have other... No, they don't have any workhorses. I would love to sell my sumpters for big money. But I would be very encumbered if I did, so I won't. Can your companion fight in the arena? They did. They do, and they did. They did in the last fight. They just didn't do very well. They got smushed first round. So I'm going to wait around until daytime so I can fight in the arena again. So, fighting for a banner, which decreases the attack damage, ranged attack damage, which would be an awesome banner to have. So here, Denny is fighting in the 4th round. So you can see my companions are in the fight. And then Ulm might actually be another companion in the tavern who's in the 4th round with her. Wow, I'm pretty sure my blade went through that dude's head, but alright. Alright, she lost first round. She got knocked out. Ulm progressed, so it's a 4-person free-for-all in this round. And Denny's already out of the tournament. Probably in large part because she has basically no gear. And being... Ow. Can you stop that? Being naked is a pretty big disadvantage in this fight. And even I have pretty bad gear compared to a lot of the enemies. Ouch. That I'm facing. Which puts me at a bit of a disadvantage. Because the basic troops that I'm up against are equipped with better stuff than I have for the most part. Depending on the troop. But like the Battanian Fian is definitely better geared than I am. Same with the Horsemen. Because those are N tier. Well, the Fian isn't an N tier unit. That's a tier 5 unit. And the Horseman's a tier 5 unit as well. And I'm equipped like a tier 2 or 3 maybe. So it's struggle bus. Wow, my teammate knocked them all out. So then it's me and the Fian. Great, the best geared person in the whole arena fight that I have to beat. I'm going to use the tree. Yeah, you don't know how to do tree meta, do you? Tricky, tricky. And you're down. A little bit more renown and the standard. Alright. So here's the standard slot. Boom. So now I have a battle standard. Love it. Alright. I would like to, because I'm doing both arena fights and trade, so let's try to go to Sianan and sell this fish. Because I don't need rotten fish in my inventory. Luckily, fish don't technically rot, but like, but we will eat it, so we're eating our profits. I also leveled up in athletics. So form-fitting armor, which reduces the speed at which heavy armor slows me down. And as a captain, it increases the movement speed of high-level foot troops in my formation. Or Fury. Increase weapon handling while on foot, and increase weapon handling for my troops. So, what skill? Armor speed reduction? Or weapon handling? I'm just going to describe them rather than name them. So you can pick between those two. Now the Sumpter horses were being purchased for big over in Dunglanis. So I just picked up some more Sumpter horses and also work horses. Hoping to maybe sell those horses at some point at Dunglanis if they're still paying big for them. And I'm also recruiting a few more troops to remove the herding penalties that I have. Because if you have more horses than you have people, you move slower. And I don't want to move unnaturally slow. And then also now we're not over encumbered, given that I just purchased more horses. So there's that benefit as well. Daju the Ragged. So he's impulsive, which is not a... It's unfortunate that he has trade skill because he's devious. He's not honorable. So we're not going to have him as a companion, but here's another companion potential. So it's not always clear who will have trade skills. So checking them individually is ideal. But, no, fish is not sold nicely here. But I do know that Sumpter horses will be at some point, so I'm going to buy up the Sumpter horses for later. Alright, taking a look again. Rumor has it that at Revel, they buy furs. Do I want to go all the way to Revel? I will try. Why not? The operation costs of my caravan aren't so bad because I'm purposely keeping a bunch of level 1 troops. Oh, and Vashorki has some to talk to. Both Oleg and Godon have folly in probation. A victory won by my father, claimed by Rhadamant. Old King Vladislav was brave enough. He led us into battle. I stood at my father's side as we faced the Imperials eye to eye over the tops of our shields. It was like any battle where shield walls meet, thrust and push, struggling to stay on your feet, but you can't really describe it. Let's just say it was the kind of battle that Sturgians usually win. When the Imperials had had enough of us, they broke and ran for the ramparts. There, they threw their darts and rocks as their cursed fire, We had to go up the ladders one by one. Vladislav was hit by a mace and went down. My father went up, cleaving as he went, and rallied us and led us to victory. My father took the Imperial Dragon Banner, hint, hint, the thing that I have in my inventory, from the dead Neretsi's hand. It's a famous story. But then the little Prince Rhadamant tried to claim it. My father broke it over his knee and threw it at him and told him to get his own toys to play with. Ha! It was a good day. So, now you know why there's multiple pieces of the famed Dragon Banner. Alright, and then there's also Godin to talk to. Yes, it was madness. The greatest blow struck against the Empire in a lifetime, and we squandered it by squabbling amongst ourselves about a flag. They say that Oleg the Old had pried the Dragon Banner out of the Emperor's dead hands, but then Prince Rhadamant, who had not so much as drawn his sword in the battle, claimed it as a trophy. Oleg, who was covered in his enemy's blood, laughed at Rhadamant and told him to go find his own toy to play with. Rhadamant struck him, so Oleg broke the banner staff over his knee and threw it at the prince's face. Or perhaps it was just Rhadamant. He was stewing in his anger, and when up comes the Battanian king Calradia, the Battanians had taken their time stripping the bodies of the Imperial vanguard, and the Sturgians were angry at them. So Rhadamant called him a coward. Calradia sneered at him and walked off. Insults his most powerful vassal, and then insults his most valued ally. A fine day's work, wouldn't you say? But he has grown wiser since, though no more pleasant to spend time with. So you can see that, like, there is a significant amount of internal politics. A lot of it is like roleplay and doesn't necessarily play out. So, for instance, I was just talking to Godin, and if we take a look at Godin in the encyclopedia, it doesn't necessarily mean that he has like a bad relationship with Rhadamant. Like, he has neutral relationship with the Calradia. I don't even know what his relationship with Rhadamant is. So a lot of it is like flavor text, and their individual relationships with their lieges change over time. You guys wanted me to do armor reduction. Done. And, oh, Varcheg has a, oh, it had an arena fight. It has since disappeared. But, oh, no, the arena fight's back. Cool. Can I sell stuff? So I can sell my workhorses here for big profit. Might as well. Sure. But the fish and the hides don't sell well here. There's still the rumor that Rebel will pay big for the hides. But like, no, maybe we have to go back to Legata or Marinath to sell the fish. In the keep is someone that has knowledge about, who's in this keep? Oh, you know, they're probably in the dungeon. I don't see anyone in the keep right now. But let's go to the arena. A white tabard over a mail harbor. So it's armor. Nice. Oh, and it looks even better than the scale armor that I have. So I'd really like to win this. And if you're wondering, Denny is also in this fight, as is Osvin and Gellick. So, and Rhadamant himself. Denny has to defeat the king of the Sturgians in the first round. That's brutal. She ain't gonna make it, I don't think. So, as you can see, we have hatchets and big old circular Viking shields. And fighting in the courtyard of like a... Oh, you're turning your back to me? Alright, cool. Can you just die already? I'm doing a really bad job of killing this guy. There it goes. Alright. Denny did well. She got to stay in. Rhadamant did better than her. And now it's me and Osvin and 2 random soldiers. I will bet on myself again. Okay, so we... Whoa! Jesus, have throwing hatchets. And apparently I'm good at throwing hatchets because I just killed that dude. Hardened brigand. You'll do what to me? Oh, Denny did well again. So she is facing Rhadamant off in the semifinals. I don't think she's going to beat Rhadamant, which means I have to kill, or not kill, I have to defeat the Sturgeon King in the finals, which is like not a great position to be in because he's got really amazing armor. So it's going to be hard to actually hurt because you get to wear your armor into these things. It ain't like he needs the prize money or the gear. All right. I'm tempted to watch the round. So you could also choose to watch the round. So this is Rhadamant versus Denny, our companion. And as you can see, there's a bit of a gear... Okay, she's down. Oh, boy. Yeah, there was a bit of a gear mismatch there. Don't worry. Damage in the tournament is never fatal. And yeah, as guessed, it's me versus Rhadamant here. But I can serpentine better than he can. You missed me. Come on, old man. Oh, what's up? What's up? Disrespect. I got you. Actually, he's really not old man. He's like young. What? Arena fight 1. There's someone in the keep. Probably Rhadamant himself. I'd be really interested in what he has to say about the whole fight. But here we go. Now, look at that. That armor was better in every regard. My head's in the way. But yeah, the leg armor went up, the armor went up, the body armor went up. And then, poor little Denny, you can have my old armor. Because you fought valiantly into the semifinals. You deserve something. In fact, well, actually, she's Kusedi. I would love to give her a Kusedi horse. That's a... Wow, she has really high riding skills, so she can use just about anything. I'm going to give her a war mount. And I'm just going to sell the Sumpter horse. So I gave her like a particularly good horse as like a... You know what, you fought pretty admirably in that fight. I'll hook you up. Hardwood is cheap as... I'll get out here. So I'm going to buy the hardwood as I head up to Revel. We're going to be really slow coming into Revel because I am now encumbered.
Well, traveler.
And yep, this is case in point. The Sea Raiders are attacking me.
Listen up! Get ya!
It's going to be a little bit harder to hit them with arrows here, because Sea Raiders come with, like, javelins, which hurt a lot, and then big shields, which block ranged very effectively. But the best thing I can do in this fight, so that my own troops can fare well, is to just give myself up as a target, so that the Sea Raiders can't use their javelins, because their javelins would be really deadly otherwise. So I'm just kind of like getting in the way of all these raiders. The good news is the Sea Raiders actually have some pretty good stuff, gear-wise. So winning and looting will yield more rewards than fighting looters that have like wooden pitchforks and stones. Captured some of them. And yeah, this is case in point. This is a level 4 weapon that we picked off the Raiders, which I could go give to Denny as well. And probably other stuff that I could give to Denny. Ta-da! Maybe I'm going to hang out in Varcheg a sec, because I'm not ready to take on another group of Sea Raiders. So let's equip Denny with better shoes, a better cap, a shield, that axe, harpoons. Okay. Scarf's the same. So I think any benefit has been offered. I'm going to buy some more horses because our movement speed sucks. Oh, we're also going to have a huge hurting penalty because we don't really have the troops. I do have 5 wounded, so some of our troops are going to recover, but not all of them, which is a little rough. So trying to get to Revel is going to be annoying because of our move speed. I'm, in fact, not sure if it's going to be all that possible. I'm going to wait just to have the troops that got wounded recover to increase the move speed a little bit more. But it might be one of those instances where I have to turn back, recruit some more village boys from Battanian villages, and then come back. Because we are overburdened and hurting like crazy. And I'm not that far from Battanian villages, but as you can see, I'm surrounded by Sea Raiders, which I can defeat, but it's going to be a little annoying. Because I don't move fast at all. So yeah, I'm going to turn back and try to get to Swenrin.
Stop right there.
Because I'm going to get just constantly harassed by these raiders.
Yeah,
we are Battanian only by rule, which means if we're outside of Battanian territory, we can't get reinforcements unless perchance there's like Battanian prisoners, or actually forest bandits technically could be recruited because forest bandits are they can be recruited and they're technically Battanian. Ow. We fare really well in that fight. My dudes did not go down at all. Sturgeon presents. I freed as prisoners, but I'm not going to recruit them. Ooh, there's a really nice helmet for Denny, and I think the armor is better than what she's wearing. It has less chest armor, but it has more leg and arm armor. And then the bear pelt. Actually, the bear pelt might even be better for me. Yeah, it's better for me. I'll loot the rest, and I'll give her my old cape, which is better than her scarf. She really needs gloves, but I don't have access to that. I'm going to try to go back to Varcheg and ransom off our prisoners, because we are starting to get a lot of prisoners to the point where that is also slowing us down. And Davin the Fish, you are generous but devious, so not going to consider hiring you. And I have a free focus point, so I'm going to spend that in bow, maybe, because we're coming up on our bow max level. We're also coming up on our riding max level, so I'll spend it in bow. So we can start leveling up bow a little bit better. I'm going to sell the spare gear. So it does fetch a pretty penny. And I'll sell the fur and date fruit. Thank you for tuning in to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord Lords of the Forest, which originally streamed live on Twitch February 27th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you at next episode or upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Battanians.